So I have a head count like from 78 companies I've rejected from there.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Today we are in another episode of In Conversation with Bright Minds, and we have with us Ankit Sharma. Ankit is trained in data science and is currently an analyst in the risk and information management sector of American Express. Welcome to the show, Ankit.
Thank you.
So, Ankit, to begin with, we'd like to understand, what was your educational background, and as far as I can see, you come from an engineering background. So, what made you go towards data science and not towards a core engineering profile?
Sure. So basically, I completed my BTech in information technology. So after that, I get a one job. So that will be not relevant to a technical point because I'm always ready to join any firms that we have to work on the technical point sides. So I get a job, but that will be not for my suitable. So that's why I just changes. I just give a one examination that will be a CDAC. So I will explain a little bit about the CDAC. So CDAC is basically a government organization. So if you heard about the supercomputer, so CDEC is basically they have created, and they also provided some PG diploma course around for 7 to 8 months, and they also provided a placement. So I got selected there, and I completed the my PG in the mobile computing. So in that during of that course, I have learned a lot of the things like related to mobile sections like Android, Java, and hybrid modeling. So JavaScript, all things. So this is not relevant for any Python. I've not heard about the Python at that time. So after that, I just get the first opportunity for the KPMG as an internship. Now in KPMG, I just completed get a train and internship in a SharePoint. So I just completed that, and also I'm parallelly looking for a job. So when I get my first job, so in that I have a new technology like the Python and the regular expression. So this will from there I'm just start learning and improving myself so that I just like first I read the Python, then I have a regular expression how can use and all the libraries like the pandas, numpy, and the scikit-learns. And after that, I just read something like statistics modelings, and now implementing all the things like we have supervised and the unsupervised. So I mostly worked on the supervised sections. So from that, my journey started, and I'm always learning and keep learning. And whenever I get the chance to work, right now I'm with the AmEx, and in AmEx I never worked with the PySpark, and now here I've just learned the PySpark and
Okay,
with like SQL and the data frame. So this is my overall journey.
got it. So, I never heard of the CDAC exam that you were talking about. So, does that, I mean, once you give that exam, do you get a particular training? And so how does it work? Do only people who clear the exam get training, or how is it?
So basically, they have conducted the online test. So every year they have two batches. So first batch will be on the Feb, and second batch will be on I think August. So they have 6 months of a duration of that course. So every student, like it's not a particular for the engineering or anything. So anyone can give examination, like MCA guys and the BSCIT, all the things. So you can that, and it's also not for a relevant like not for the background with the CSIT. Like in during my course, there are lots of the people who have come from the different backgrounds, like the mechanical, civil, all the things. If you want to, so I think they have also provided a degree in the data scientist. I'm not sure because I already done in 2016, so it's a long time.
Right.
So I think they have also provided some data science. So from there, they have trained you on basically how to code, and they have also provided the projects, live projects, and real time scenarios. And after that 6 month course, they have scheduled into small chunks of the modules. So every module you have to learn and give examination, and you have to pass out, and you have to score. Like I think 50 or 60% you have to score for passing numbers. So according to that, they have a placement sessions. So they are targeting like most of the people are get placed from there. So this is the scenarios.
Got it. And from there, you got internship in KPMG, is it?
Yes, actually they provide also. I'm also looking for the outside. So like
Got
my
it.
experience is very bad. Like I've just completed from Bangalore. So I have a head count like from 78 companies I've rejected from there. Now I
Oh,
get the yeah.
So,
So it take us time.
okay, so when you got rejected from 78 companies, what made you go ahead and give interview for the 79th one?
So basically, I'm in a Bangalore. So I every time I go and reject, like not from the first round, sometime last round and sometime, because main problem I'm facing, because when fresher is going to search a jobs, they have some criteria like MNCs, like you have to triple six, like 16, 10, 12, and the BTech. So but in my 12th education, I don't have a score 60, I have the 59%. So this is the main problem which I'm facing. But yeah, always believe in myself and keep learning. And like I'm focused, like I have to work only on the technical points, because many of the students, they have not any goals or not any perspective. Sometimes they have frustrated if they are get rejected from the multiple companies,
Mhm.
and they are just
Mhm.
looking for the any jobs that will be not relevant to something like that. So this is the my journey.
So, Bangalore is a land of startups. Didn't you think of opening something of your own instead of working for someone at that time when you were not able to clear interviews?
And not because at that time I'm keep learning myself, because right now I'm not
Mhm.
100, so I don't have any idea, because I'm not so much good in the coding as well, and anything like business or marketing, something like that, because I just started my career. So I don't have any idea like where I have to put on myself, like in which field so that's the thing. So my first target is, so I have to first put on the job and get the exposure from the industries or the corporate, like how things is working and this thing. So that time I have don't have any ideas on that.
Got it. Got it. So, just an offbeat question. So, what do you do on weekends? Where exactly do you go in Bangalore? So, I was in Bangalore for about 2 years, right? My
Okay.
initial working years were in Bangalore, and I remember
Mm.
Truffle being my one of the favorite cafes. Others also. I mean, Truffle was very good for brownie shakes and for burgers. So, where do you hang out? What is your favorite place in Bangalore?
So to be honest, like during my CDAC time, we don't have enough time to hang out all the things,
Okay.
and we have yes, we have a new people our face. So
Hmm.
in 6 months duration, we cannot make a such like a good friends like in a school times or the college time. So everyone is a new and everyone is a focus on. So this is the dedicated, like everyone is focused on, like you have competition, you have challenging yourself. So this thing. So I just explore the things for the interviews offices, like a company office, not exploring any cafes or something
Exploring
like
all
that.
the embassies around. Okay. So now let's talk about your role at Amex. What exactly do you do there? So you mentioned that you have recently learned PySpark and you have learned SQL also. But
Mhm.
but as we see, now things have evolved even further. New things are coming up in data science. So how do you make sure first what is your role at Amex and how do you make sure you keep learning these new things?
So basically in MX, we have a database. We have to gather the data, because we have a like huge amount of data, like in a billions of a data. So there will be limitations in a pandas as well. So that will be not extract and read the data correctly. So just we are using PySpark so that we can just create the data into a flat files or a normal text file, because pandas is worked on the tabular forms, so it will not able to read all the data. So I just doing some extracting data using the PySpark, because I know the basic SQL queries, but I know how to connect with Spark session. So it will be holding on that. And after that, I'm also doing some data manipulation and data cleaning, because when I'm in my like younger age, when I'm studying the Python, so I'm just getting the data from the Google or something where, so that data will be clean, but in industry that will be a difference. So you have
Right.
to basically have to prepare a data preparation, because this is the difference in real time data or or like historical data. So you
Hmm.
can't compare all the. So yes, like lots of the challenges here. So this is the scenario. So first get the data. Now we are doing some data cleaning and the data manipulation. After that, if there is any required, because in MX there has a lots of the project, like we have to conversion, like if any report is will be held on the SAS or a SQL. Now we have to that automate and migrate it into a Python using Spark or a Pandas. It's depend upon the requirement on all the things.
Hmm.
And after that, when we have created that, we have automated the process, because we have also ad hocs are coming. So ad hocs are not a big project, that will be a small project. So like some team, so we also collaborate with the different teams, so that will be something like that.
Got it. Got it. So, if someone wants to learn PySpark or SQL, which
Hmm.
platform should they be going from? Where did you go ahead and learn it from?
So basically, I'm not any specific platform, because I think Google and the LinkedIn and the YouTube, they have relevant content. Because
Hmm.
if I go to study, someone suggested like this content will be good, but that will be understanding from that guy perspective.
Hmm.
I'm not in, like I'm not able to understand. So you have to just Google it and search it, and what language and what like how they are explaining. So it's depend upon the things like. You can understand quickly and you can get the point, something like that. So I did the same thing. I just Google it, and yeah, also I'm in my AmEx, there are lots of the colleagues who are supporting to me, like how to connect the database with using Spark, and how to get the data from there, and these things. So this is the, like, you have to explore all the things, and you have to, like, main thing I think collaborations and the connect with the other peoples is the things.
Got it. So, how, do you think LinkedIn is useful for any of the skills that you acquired? Does that help you in any way?
Yes, because I'm also learned a lot of the things from the LinkedIn learning,
Okay.
and there will be a lot of the people, and the like I've just created my connection. Someone has shared his experience, like this company is organizing the, like this company is going to interview that guy, and these are the rounds, these types of questions they are
Hmm.
asking for that. And also somebody has posted like there will be a some like pandas notebook and something like that. So there is a lot of the things, so you have to explore all the things, because I have learned from the LinkedIn and the YouTube as well, mostly.
Got
Because
it.
when I start, yeah, because in Python there are a lot of the things you can't figure out which syllabus, because most of the guy will, like, when anyone is starting is, so everyone is asking like what are the syllabus. So there is not any specific syllabus on that, so you have to
Hmm.
figure out your, just I recommend you have to learn pandas and the numpy, and also clarify all
Exactly.
the things like looping concept and the instead if else condition, these things.
Exactly. I think so. That's the base of Python. I mean, pandas and NumPy are two libraries everybody should know if they're going for
Yeah,
Python. Right.
because
Yes.
every lesson is there in that.
Exactly. I mean, you cannot say that you're a Python expert if you don't know these two things.
Correct.
Okay.
Mm.
So next thing that I wanted to understand is how was your experience in the interview that you had given for AmEx? How difficult is the interview when one goes and sits in that interview?
So basically, AmEx has different interview processing. They are believing on the candidate, like if you have a good technical skills, so they are following some star method approach. So in that you have some case studies rounds and the technical rounds, behavioral rounds, and the managerial rounds as well.
Hmm.
So they are not treating as you only have a technical skills, you have also soft skills. So they have like if we are talking about the MX, and there are the other companies, that consulting based company, they're also following the star method approach. So this is the approach we have. So when I get the call from the MX, I just ask the question with the HR, like what are the interview process and which type of questions. So they also give a suggestion, and like this is the approach and what they are looking for that.
Got it. But do you also have to write code and show it to them during the interview process, or is it only verbal that the interview takes place?
No, they ask the questions, and first round that will be like a written round. So they have provided a question. So you have some time duration. You have to complete it. So question is basically based on the Python, SQL, and the SAS.
Hmm.
So that I have only understanding the SAS logic, because I'm not never write a code in a SAS. I just write a code in a Python and the SQL. So I
Okay.
just write that code in a SQL as well, because
Okay.
SAS is also working with the SQL. And the next round they have a technical rounds. Now after that there will be a third and final round, so this will be held with the manager and the director. So they have asked question based on the technical as well, and they are also providing some case studies around behavior rounds. So these three steps will be going. So it's depend, and it's not the same approach,
Same
like
for
different
everyone.
so different teams have different approach. So this is the thing.
Got it. And it also maybe depends on who is taking your interview. That also will decide what kind of questions will come in the interview. Got it. So,
Yes,
since you're working in such a prestigious, organization, and it's so big organization, the culture will be very different from what a startup culture is. So,
correct.
what is the culture at your organization, and how do you ensure that you maintain work-life balance even after working in such a big organization?
So culture was a very good in AmEx. So there, if you have stuck, because everyone is getting stuck in a technical or any business idea.
Hmm.
So we have also as some like conference pages. So they have posted something like that.
Yeah.
So you can read from there. And I think in MX, I'm in any data science or data engineer, you have to understand what will be a data. So main thing is the EDA section and the data preparation section. So
Hmm.
you have to understand when you get the correct understanding about the data, so you will do anything like data manipulation, calculation, and modeling all the things. So according to me, first step you have to understand the data and what data is saying to you. So you have to figure out all the things. And talk about the work-life balance. So this is the like main concern about the everyone in corporate, how they are balancing his life, personal life and the work. So I think
Correct.
you have to, yeah, I think you have to maintain a healthy balance. So that will be important to establish the clear boundaries. So first you have to prioritize your task and setting a realistic goals for every day. So you have to just prioritize which task will be completed in that day and just set it that boundary on that, and because it will be avoiding to overload yourself with excessive work.
Hmm.
And I think you don't have to hesitate, you have to always ask if there is any resource will be available, like they have any resource that they don't have any load on that. It might be your junior or it might be your senior, so don't be hesitate and just ask, because everyone is learning. Like I'm also learn with my juniors as well as seniors, so don't be hesitate like I'm a senior, yeah. So these 2 points have to focus on that.
I understand, and I think so that last point is very important. So even in a lot of things, I end up taking help from people who are comparatively fresher as compared to me or have less experience, because of the kind of skills that they get to the table can be very different from your skill set. And taking
Mhm.
help will always help you and will make you do things early as compared to, just sticking on it and keep thinking, how the problem will be solved. So
Mhm.
yes, that is very important. And what about the parties? Do you have some kind of parties that take place in your sector, in the organization, team meets,
Yeah.
etc.?
So yeah, so in MX there is a good culture. So in every like every month we have a team activity. So we have we are working, so we are defined in the regional wise, like APAC, like Asia Pacific region, Europe. So we have a different team meetups. And also if there is any superior, like any seniors are coming, so they are also providing a party. So yeah, it's always focus on the employee, like employees are, they give a time, so you have to take a break and just enjoying the party. Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, so MX is already believe in these things.
True, and I think if you go to Cyber Hub, you will always see a lot of people with, lunch meets going on and team lunches, etc. So I see that,
Yes,
anyways, corporate sector, especially in when we go to Cyber Hub, you will be able to relish it that the corporate sector is full of these lunches and dinners, and that's the good part of being into the corporate sector, right? Uh,
correct.
so, Ankit, I think so. It was a very wonderful session. It was amazing to have you in this
Mhm.
podcast and to listen your views. Any
Mhm.
last, things you have for freshers, like
Mhm.
engineers who would like to come and be at a level where you are currently?
So I think I love my journey, because when I am thinking from where I'm growing myself, so it's always things. So first, I think you have to believe in yourself, and also always challenging yourself. So don't be let down, like if you're not successful or failure. So you have always learn from your failures. So this first point, and second point, you have to dedicate it and the focus on the goal. So just make sure you have created some small goal and just target on that goals. And if I talk about the technical point of view, so always learning and improve your skills. like in technical, like any coding, Python language, any coding language, you can go Python or R. It's not a specific. If you have a knowledge of the SQL, so SQL, with the SQL, you can also job in a data analytics, because mostly we are using the logic of the SQL. So Python and R is not a difficult language. You can study easily. And also build a networking on different platforms like LinkedIn or other things, and try to build your networking. So networking, you can attend the industry event, conferences, meetups, that will be already going on different platforms. And there is also online courses provided by a different like Udemy, and also contents will be available on the YouTube, so you can search from there and you can learn from there. And yeah, main important thing, just brush up your all the skill set. Don't be in a theoretical point of view. You have to practice as a like coding section as well. So there are also like Kaggle is a good platform, and you can from Hacker Rank, Hacker Earth, so you can learn all the things. So
Got it.
start practicing all the things.
Got it. I think so. You have covered it all. There is nothing left from a senior's point of view that you can guide the juniors about. So thank you so much, Ankit, for your time. Even though you were very busy, still you could go ahead and give some time for this interview. And I hope that this is going to be very helpful for our juniors. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Thank you.